welcome to another episode of Three Crones and the Woo Woo Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. I'd like to introduce to you myself, first of all, Gayle Nicholson, host number one, spotlight host and Making Miracles queen with Creative Command Coaching and Consulting. To my side, we have Krista Ducharme, intuitive healer, teacher, and life coach with Dimensional Healing with Krista on Facebook. And of course, always supported by Joanne Angel Barry Colon, certified personal trainer, intuitive healer, and cosmic energy reader at Wholistic Fitness, New York. Hello, ladies. I hope you guys have had a fantastic Easter weekend. Was the bunny good to you, Krista?
A chocolate? Hey, I got good chocolate because I'm here in the Netherlands. So I border Belgium.
Oh, I'm so jealous right now.
And you should be.
How about you, Joanne? Did the bunny make a visit?
I don't do chocolate.
Damn health people.
Yeah, it's not.
Hey! I'm healthy, but I do chocolate.
I don't do chocolate. It's not my thing.
What about jelly beans?
No, can't stand those.
I'm not a jelly bean person.
We can't be friends anymore.
Jelly bean. The only jelly bean I like is my daughter, because I call it jelly bean. Otherwise, not the thing. I don't like jelly beans. They're cute, they're pretty, but yeah, too sweet for me.
You want to laugh really, really hard? Give a 2-year-old a black jelly bean. Watch what happens.
Okay, give me a black jelly bean. I'm sure it's a similar thing.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, awesome stuff. Well, we've got a lot going on here this week, and I am really, really excited about it all. First and foremost, I want to say thank you and welcome back to our sponsor, Sue Ward-Paquin at Class Act Imports. Please make sure that you reach out to her and give her some love on her Facebook page and her shop. She's been stocking some new crystals because of our Crystal of the Week, and that's phenomenal. And she has chosen to continue on with us for the next quarter. So I am so happy that she's decided to stay with us, and we love you, Sue. Thank you so much for your support. Oh my goodness. So what else is going on this past week besides Easter?
Besides Easter, what else happened this week?
Well, and Passover, sorry. But yeah,
and Passover.
Those generally go hand in hand-ish.
Birthday celebrations,
For us, it's just, so we had this gorgeous, I don't know if y'all remember last week, I was wearing this really pretty linen shirt, right? Talking about how gorgeous the weather is.
Right.
Yeah, today I've had snow, I've had hail, I've had rain, I've had sun. I even had windstorm. Oh, and thunder snow. Booyah.
You got thunder snow?
We got thunder snow.
Did you get hail with it?
Then we had hail.
Oh, okay. All right.
Do not confuse the two. They were very separate.
Yeah, but correct. I mean, that's not incorrect at all. But usually, like here in Arizona, the only time that I have ever heard thunder snow, we had hail too. So yeah, they can be separate. I just attach them for some reason.
No. Seriously, I have seen some really interesting versions of hail since being here.
Yeah.
And today it was like we've had little tiny snowflakes. And those of you who live in snow country will understand. Small snow means big snow, and big snow means little snow, right? So in terms of the flakes, right?
Okay.
It's one of those things that, at least up in New England, that's what we do. And so we've had little snow, which was funny. It accumulated. Then the sun would come out, and it wasn't like the temperature went up. It was just the sun came out. So then that snow would go away. Then we'd get these big flakes, but yet it still would accumulate a little. Then the sun would come out, and then it would go away. Then we had thunder snow. Then we had hail. I'm just like, this is crazy.
And this is all since the last time you and I talked at like midnight, like my time last night.
Yeah, which made it, and actually it was earlier than that because it was 11.
Okay.
Your,
Yeah.
so it's like 8 o'clock my time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this has been since I talked to you. Yeah, when I was talking to you, it was snowing.
Wow.
It has been so. Yeah, so that's been my day. We're gonna have more.
Well, you
tomorrow.
know what? I think that whoever runs that whole, crop dusting, Learjet chloroform floating down from the sky crap needs to get back to work after Easter because obviously the weather systems in the Netherlands are completely offline.
Well, but my cousin, so funny, who lives in Montana, Helena, however you say it. Is it Helena or Helena? Yeah.
I
Well, in
think
any
it's
case,
Helena, but
okay,
it should be Helena. We're just speaking English. Nothing ever is consistent.
So she lives there, and she posted how last week it was great. They were in tank tops, and it was wonderful up there in Montana. And then she posted for Easter Sunday, snow. She's like, so yesterday I was wearing a tank top, and today I need a shovel.
Wow.
So I'm like, so I keep reminding myself, April showers brings May flowers.
Right.
Just gonna follow that.
Yeah. Okay.
Premise.
But aren't the tulips already up?
The tulips are up and the daffodils are up. So in our area, we don't have tons of tulips.
Okay.
But we have, oodles and boodles of daffodils. I have never, ever, ever seen so many daffodils in one place. Yeah, they put them in the medians. They put them, and they just plant them in the grass.
Interesting.
So you
just a
have
little tuft of daffodil popping up anywhere.
Yeah, but it's not just a little poof of it. So it's like rows of daffodils or big huge circles of daffodils or like it's crazy. And I'm like, I just need to get out and take photos of this, but
please, that would be awesome.
Yeah, because it's really cool. But no, I haven't seen the tulips. They're further north, and I can't really travel there at the moment. Yeah. Well, I can, but I can't bring my husband. He's a little bit restricted in terms of how far he can go.
Yeah. Gotcha. Well, I would love to see pictures of those daffodils in Michigan, tulips and daffodils. And what are the little blue ones?
Is it hyacinths or is it crocus?
I think it's the crocus because it's the bluebells.
Yes.
That's what my mother used to call them, as bluebells. Yeah. You saw those. When those were finally peeking through, then you could actually start really paying attention to your garden because it's late enough to wake up your flower or your vegetable bed. We'll put it that way. Yes. That's the way she used to put it. Gotta wait until the daffodils wake up the garden.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So it is. It's really kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you guys are having, Gayle, you don't look like you're having crazy weather.
Oh, I am having crazy weather. It's just 94 degrees.
Wow.
Really hot.
94 degrees. Wow.
Yeah.
Can you bring that over here?
Yeah, we went. I would love to. Let's just like HVAC all the excess heat from Arizona. You guys can have it. Yeah. Last week it was in the 60s and 70s. And then we had a couple of days where it was in the low 80s. And then it spiked to 90s, 91, 94 yesterday. It's 84 technically right here, right now. It'll probably go up a little bit more. And then this next week, we're going to head back down to the 80s. And then our spring will be over. And it'll creep up to where it hits 100. And then maybe about 2 weeks later, it'll hit to where it stays over 100 overnight. And that's when the pool's ready for me.
Wow. That is, wow.
Yeah, okay. And it'll stay over 100 for pretty much all of August. I mean, we will, it's not just triple digits, it's where August gets to where we're over 110 for weeks at a time.
Wow.
And it can get up to like 120. So at least for the full month of August, we never see the downside of 100. And if it even gets close to it, like 102, 103, that starts to start feeling like unnaturally cool, you know?
Oh my goodness.
And we're like, yay, I can be outside before dusk. But yeah.
Oh my goodness.
It's funny getting used to the differences down here as opposed to in Michigan, because here you will not see anyone on the streets all day. You'll see people in cars, and they will be scurrying into the store or the restaurant or whatever where there's, like air conditioning. And then as soon as the sun goes down, the temperature dips about 20 degrees, and all the kids come out and play, and the people walk their dogs, and the go on bike rides, in that hour and a half that they still have light after the sun goes down, and then maybe till about 9 o'clock at night. And that's playtime down here, because it's the only time that you can really go outside and not be like, I'm melting.
Scorching.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
So if I suddenly have an urge to come visit you in August, remind me of that.
If you have an urge to come visit me in August, I'm going to call Kevin and go, she needs to be locked up.
That's it. Because I'm like, that's freaking hot. Even for me, and I like it warm.
Yeah.
That's just insane.
No, I tell all my friends. In fact, I was telling my sister yesterday, February, March, and October. Those are the months to come visit from anywhere else, because it feels like the best part of summer in the Midwest and back east is those 3 months out of the year. That's our spring and our fall. But the temperatures feel like the most beautiful summer you'd ever expect.
Well, yeah, because you guys have dry weather, right, in Arizona?
Very dry, yeah.
Yeah. So that'd be good.
When you get off the airplane and walk out of the airport, you can feel the air sucking the moisture out of your skin.
Oh, okay. Good to know. You got to make sure that you carry one of those little misters with you. I don't know, are you guys ever watch Doctor Who? In one of the earlier remake series, not the original 1970 series that I grew up with living in UK, but the one, that's more modern. There's this, they travel into the future, and they have this human that's all stretched out on this, I don't know what it is, but it reminds me of what they weave it's like a block, and they weave fabric with. And so this human, and I say human, is all stretched out because she's just essentially skin is what's left. This is that far into the future. And then her people carry her, and they carry a spray gun, and she'll be like, moisturize me. Sorry, it's just one of those. That's why, moisturize me.
I love it.
And it's I won't give away too many of the details, but that one we frequently as a family, when we'll feel like that our skin is dry, it's like, moisturize me.
That's awesome.
It is. It's kind of a crazy thing. So so how's the New York weather there, Miss Joanne, since we're talking weather?
Yeah. It's normal for this time of year. I mean, we don't have the crazy weather like you're having, Krista. And for that matter, the high 96, hundreds, and etc. It's normal. It's about, I'd say today, I think we have like high 68. So normal for this year. Yeah, normal for this year. Nothing to really write home about, because it's just normal weather.
Is spring in New York still as romantic as they make it out to be in the movies?
I think so. I mean, when the depending on like the nighttime as the sun is coming down, it's really pretty. I mean, it was a pretty day today. I was actually telling my husband today, it was so pretty out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it is. not quite yet, short sleeve season yet, but for the average person, there's people walking around with shorts right now.
Yeah.
To me, it's got to be a little warmer than 60 and 70 degrees for shorts to come out.
It must be visiting Canadians.
No, these people actually live here.
Okay.
Yeah, they live here. There's actually a couple that lives a few houses down from my studio, and I think they actually are from Canada.
I do that all the time, Canada.
Yeah, and they are
Well, they could be from
always in
Arcadia.
shorts and flip-flops in the winter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I asked them one day, I said, "Are you guys just never cold?" And they're like, "No, we're from Canada." I'm like, "Oh, that explains it. Makes sense. So you love this weather." They're like, "Oh yeah, this is warm. This is like," yeah. I'm like, "Okay, I'm glad you're warm." As I have my, my heavy duty long shirts on. I had a scarf, not a scarf, but gloves.
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing what you can get acclimated to. I've spent almost whole summers like out on the back patio. It's 115. I got a mister. I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
But then I come inside my air conditioned house and I'm putting sweaters on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, yeah, the AC does that.
Yeah.
When you're sitting outside and your body gets used to it, then you come inside. It's like, oh my God, it's cold.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Well, I want to take a second just to say thank you. We've got some viewers out there on Facebook. Make a comment. Hi, Norma. Hi, Sue. Sue says that it's Helena. I don't know where the
Helena.
emphasis is.
Helena.
Just
It is Helena.
Helena. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So the cousin is on her side. So
perfect. Yeah. So she knows. She knows. So yeah, for all of those who are watching, please put a comment in there so we know who you are. Like the show, share the broadcast out. Invite your friends to take part and laugh at us from wherever they're sitting. In the world. We are having a great time, and we would love to have you along for the ride. And we would love to have them as well. So please like, comment, and share, all of you out there. All righty. So, ready to begin, Joanne? You wet your whistle? Awesome. So today...
Yes. Except there's nothing exciting going on with the cosmic energy today. There's no master numbers. There's no retrogrades. There's no, Let's see how I can spice this up just a little bit. Well, to start off with, the moon's in Aquarius energy, which taps into my energy tremendously because I have my Aquarius moon itself. And those of you who are clueless about the moon and Aquarius, let's start off with the moon. The moon is what we feel, how we are actually feeling. And when it sits in any specific astrological zodiac sign, it takes on the energy of that sign. And Aquarius is really about the logic, the being in the head, overanalyzing, brainstorming, overthinking, you name it. That's what Aquarius do. We analyze everything. We evaluate everything. We sit there, at nighttime when we're supposed to be sound asleep at like 3 a.m. with our eyes wide awake, trying to figure out okay, so why is that little thing on the ceiling that way? Hello, why does it matter?
Right.
It's one of those things. But so that's where the moon is today. And I actually put this on my Facebook post earlier. Tuesdays are ruled by Mars. And Mars is the planet of action. So being that the moon's sitting in Aquarius, it might be a really good day to analyze what action you want to take today in regards to whether you want to take a little small step into manifesting a desire, or if you want to take a gigantic leap into manifesting your desire. Either or will work, as opposed to just standing still. Because if we just stand still and we just sit in our brainstorming of over-analyzing, well, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? Well, you're not going to know if it's going to work until you take a step. Right. So I give everybody permission to take a step, whether you want to do a small step or a gigantic leap, and do that today. Because the energy of the moon today, yes, it's in Aquarius. It will be there until tomorrow. However, tomorrow will not be ruled by Mars anymore. Now it's ruled by Mercury. So you have a whole different energy for tomorrow. So really take advantage of what's going on for today, because tomorrow's energy is a whole different type of Aquarius Mercury energy, which is quite interesting. So when we think about today's date, what is today's today? Is today the 6th?
Yes, today's the 6th.
Yeah, there we go.
So it's actually, let's see, 4, 6, 10, 15, 6. It's a 6 day.
The 4 and 6 is a 10, so it's a 1. So it's a 6 energetic day. So one of the things that we can focus on today with the moon's energy and Mars energy is focusing on something that can help you heal, whatever that might be. Whether you want to heal your physical body, you want to heal a mental thought, you want to heal a pattern, you want to heal a belief. What do you want to heal today? Could be the theme for the rest of your day. And what does that look like? And how big or how small of a step do you want to take today? Or do you want to just really just be still in stillness and not take a step at all? And that you have a choice to do, but I welcome you to take a step today. Because when we do take a step, we move forward, we feel as though we've done something. And when we are ruled, when the day is ruled by Mars, this is not a day to be sitting and just sort of be isolated. This is a day for motion, for action. And because we are in Aries energy, Aries is our zodiac sign of fire, action. So yeah, I say to take a step today.
Awesome.
Donna, take a friggin' leap.
Take a leap.
So
A leap of faith.
for those who do choose to take your advice and take action today, the new moon is like approaching Libra by the end of the week. How are those actions going to be impacted by the move into Libra?
Yeah.
That's a good question, and a lot of that really depends on what the individual's intentions are for the new moon. So if they are actually going to correlate this energy today, moving into the new moon's energy, then it could be very powerful for them. But if they're focusing on one thing today and they have a whole different intention for the new moon, that's going to vary from person to person. Mm-hmm. And also, we also want to be mindful that the new moon's in Libra energy, and those who have Libra in their sun, moon, or rising sign will feel this energy more so than those of us who do not. And also those who have the opposition, which is obviously Aries, will feel this new moon's energy more so. Mm-hmm. And I don't know about you. I know that Gayle has mm-hmm. Libra sun, yes?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And yep. The only place that I don't even think I have Libra in my chart, but I think the only opposition sign that I have in my chart happens to be in Mars, which is Aries. So yeah. So anyway, so those of you who actually have Libra, or again, the opposition, which is Aries, in the your moon, your sun, or your rising sign, this moon coming up is definitely going to emphasize the energy for you guys, but it emphasizes it for every one of us. Mm-hmm. So again, whatever your intentions are for today, if you want that new moon's energy to amplify, then utilize whatever it is you're looking to do today to help you plant those seeds. For the, mm-hmm. I believe the new moon's on the 11th. That's a powerful day. Mm-hmm. Hey, see how excited I get when we talk numbers and moon?
That is. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes. So we'll be talking about that later. I'm sure I'll be talking about that later on Sunday, in the energy itself. So yes, nice. But yes, definitely utilize today's energy to help you amplify, manifest, or whatever it is you want to do for those intentions on the new moon. Our new moon energy is always an opportunity for us to plant new seeds. And mm-hmm. before we get to that energy, work towards letting things go so you can make space for those new seeds, which is important.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome stuff. All right, so I want to say hello to a bunch of people that are watching us. Norma, Sue Ward Paquin, Adam from the UK. Thank you for joining us. This is pretty exciting. Thanks so much. And Tracy and Sherry, thank you guys for tuning in again. Awesome stuff. Now, Norma said that she says it feels like action is in suspension in this moment, right? What might be giving her that sensation with regard to where the planets are at and what's coming up next and so on? Any insights on that? If
The insight I
anything?
get the insight I get for that for her is really depending on where Libra is sitting in her chart.
Okay.
Yeah, because again, it's going to be very different for each and every one of us depending on where it sits, and also too when we talk about our natal charts in general, whether we actually have Libra on the chart or not, we are all impacted and influenced by the energy of the new moon, the full moon, and every day in between. You know, so again, it really depends on where Libra is sitting in her chart for her to be feeling that energy.
Gotcha. That makes sense. And thanks for the kind words, Norma. All right. Now, I want to talk to you people in the audience too.
Uh-oh, she's serious now.
She's getting serious on us.
Before we cruise into Krista's crystals,
There you go.
I want to apologize to you. Last week, I did not show you a picture of what you could possibly win by sharing our broadcast and liking and commenting and all of that kind of stuff. And it showed up in the results that I didn't tell you what you had as a potential gift to you, so you had no reason to do anything that I asked. And nobody shared. So I went on a mission and I said, somebody here is getting this prize. So I'll tell you who that person is in a little bit after Krista tells us all about this week's crystal.
That was quite the teaser.
That was wicked.
Oh, shoot. Back to the screen. Yay.
Are we back on?
Yeah, we're back.
All right,
Go
cool. Excellent. So the crystal of the week is blue kyanite. So I am donning a pair of blue kyanite earrings from our sponsor, Class Act Imports. Oh, and as an FYI, I'm going to give her a plug before I go in further. I just noticed what popped up on her retail therapy with Sue, Class Act Imports page. Oh, guess what it is? Gorgeous blue kyanite earrings.
Oh, nice.
So she has, stunning ones. These are like littles, and she has bigger ones than these littles. They are stunning, absolutely stunning. So, and I also have on, I didn't wear the matching pendant. This one came out to play, and there's a story with this piece of blue kyanite, and I will get to that in a minute. And then I wanted to show you, because I felt bad. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't post a picture yesterday.
We are such slackers this week.
We really are, but we were on a 4-day weekend here in the Netherlands. So it's a very interesting thing. The Netherlands has a 4-day weekend over Easter. You get Good Friday and Easter Monday off, yet they claim not to be religious. So you figure it out. I'm just sharing what I'm told.
I hear those star celebrations can be days and days of debauchery, just saying.
Well, and since we are in lockdown, or supposedly in lockdown, it got really exciting in any case. So this is my blue kyanite blade. In this particular piece, if you look, it's pretty narrow. And nice. This one actually spent many months being inside my bra. Now, granted, when I would take it out, when I get undressed at night, it went beside my bed. However, this I carried with me for months and months and months. And we're going to get to why. So blue kyanite is considered a bridge. It's considered to be a connection to our psychic ability, but it also helps to align and connect our chakras or our energy centers. And it helps us to connect with nature. It's one of those stones that works with us on our empath um,
Empathic
gifts
skills.
and skills. We'll go gifts, skills. Depends on the empath
Yeah.
or the person and their level of that empathy, how they feel about it. It actually helps also with telepathy, and
Really?
it can, and it is really great with just keeping you aligned. Should that be its journey with you, and I emphasize that. I emphasize that because for some people, that isn't their end result, but it really is one that connects us to our third eye, which is all the empathy and the telepathy and the connection. The other thing it helps us, the other aspect that it can help us connect with is our past life. And I actually, many years ago, did a past life regression, and I had a piece of blue kyanite with me, and it was just mind blowing.
Wow.
It was a real. If you've never have either of you done a past life regression?
Yes.
No. No.
So I don't know what Joanne's was like, but my particular, with this the hypnotist I went with, because that's I ended up doing, I think, 3 different ones with her, and they were just all really incredible, very different journeys, very incredible journeys. It's a really neat experience. But blue kyanite is something that it's considered more of a common. It is a softer uh, stone. Its element is storm. I like that. Kind of like that one, especially. I thought today, I was like, this is a really appropriate stone.
Yep.
I'm like, very interesting. But it's also kind of cool because this week is, of course, right now, you were talking about, Joanne, we're in Aquarius, right? And then we're going into Libra, and it's about taking that leap. Well, think about the fact that blue kyanite helps you bridge that connection. And sometimes at those leaps, that's kind of what you need. You need to do a leap of faith, or you need to trust that the bridge is going to be there to help you as you're doing that leap.
Yeah.
And so this,
or a net, one or the other.
Or a net. Yep.
Just in case.
Just in case. But this is a really cool one to have. I do find it also helps with communication. So in my energy class that I'm doing, my 7 energies of you that I'm doing right now this week, it's about our energy 5, which relates to communication. It's your throat chakra. And for me, really and truly, I find that, yes, it does everything I just shared. But the other thing I find that it works for me, at least for me, is it helps me with communication. Now, is it my number 1 communication stone? No, I have others that I'd go to first, but I do find that it really helps because I think that when I have my insight, when I'm using my intuition and my empathy and all my psychic abilities, I guess, is we'll go with that. I'm trying to use gentle words for our viewers. Yes, we're all woo-woo, but we also want you not to think that we're totally lost our minds, although today I may have. But that's besides the point.
I disavow that. Just saying.
So in any case, but when you connect this all together, it's not just about using your intuition, right? In your third eye, but it's also about being able to communicate it back out. And so that's that really, really cool thing. So I was going to tell you about this one. I'm going to see if I can get it off. This particular piece that I have, some of you who have been playing with crystals, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get it off without taking my headset off. Yeah, it's wrapped around my headset. So this particular necklace is kyanite with bloodstone and blue lace agate. And when I bought this particular necklace, and I did buy this, it kind of told me that it wasn't meant to be shared. So I put it on, and it always was under whatever I was wearing, right? And so I have only been recently, because I got permission from the stone, and yes, my stones do talk to me.
Yeah, and in fact, your mom just said to say hi to Phil.
Oh, hi, Phil. No, he's an actual person.
Oh, I thought she was saying hi to your necklace. I didn't see a Phil. Sorry.
No, Phil must be in there. Hi, Phil. He's one of our friends. Okay. But yeah, so this particular necklace was not one that I shared with anybody. I mean, no one really saw it. Kevin never saw it. The kids never saw it. It was one of those ones I bought. And then, when I would put it on, I put it on and no one really paid much attention. And then when I would take it off at night, it was one of those things you did really quietly, privately, and put away. And it really wasn't until the last couple of months that I've actually been guided by the stone. Maybe its name is Phil. I don't know. I'll have to ask. By the stone that I can actually share it and share this story about it, because so many of us, and I have, I don't know, do either of you have stones that you just wear privately and you don't, or you work with, and it's meant for you, it's not meant to be shared?
Yes.
I've never noticed that, because essentially all of them are, they're seen and stuff, but they're my world. No one else pays any attention to them in my life, kind of thing. Oh. Unless there's been certain things where I've bought Bill malachite or something like that, or particular focus stones that for him, he gets interested that way. But everybody knows not to touch my crystals.
Okay. Yeah.
Long answer.
No, that is no, because each person with each of our crystals, we each have its own, or have our own journey with it. Well, we are the caretaker of that particular crystal. And I have found that for me, I do have some crystals that's it. It's just, and I keep them separate. So Joanne, what is your story with your crystals? Which ones are yours only, and then others that you share?
I mean, for most part, I try to charge my crystals so they can be shareable to everyone, in reference to healing work, family, etc. But the ones that I do charge where it's shareable, sometimes they just get tucked into the shirt, even though they are shareable. And the ones that are shareable and family or friends might see them, they do get recognized. Like I'll know right off the bat. Somebody might say, "Oh, that's a beauty you're wearing." Like I had I did one of my shows a couple of weeks back. I had on a blue levelite, and with the shirt I had on my lab coat, and my guest was able to see the crystal. She goes, "What crystal do you have on?" And I didn't actually think you were able to even see the crystal with my lab coat on. I looked down, I'm like, "Oh," I says, "You can see that?" She goes, "Yeah, it's like literally popping me in the eye." So I, of course, had to show it to everyone on my show. So so I usually do charge most of my crystals to actually help those from around. And even though I do charge them, sometimes they just sort of get tucked into my shirt, even though they are charged. Like I have this one particular rose quartz that I've been wearing faithfully around my family and charging it with the intention that those who are around me are more pleasant and loving. not just
Oh, I
around
like
me,
that.
just overall everybody. So they,
Yeah.
because some of my family members could be a little moody for whatever the reasons are.
Mhm.
And when I find that when I'm wearing the rose quartz, they seem to be a little more peaceful,
Mhm.
more uplifted, and more, I'm going to use the word happier in conversation. And I'm very excited to be wearing
That's
this one
nice.
crystal when I'm around them, because for the past 3 weeks, I've been around my family a lot. I love my family, but when you're around them a lot, then you're usually, usually it's like,
Yeah,
Christmas, maybe New Year's, but yeah,
Mhm.
that
these
makes
couple of weeks
sense.
has been a lot of energy around them. But my rose quartz has done a lot of good work, and it's gonna get worked again this weekend. So
That's awesome.
Well,
Awesome.
that's really good. And so it's really kind of important that we all, and it's great that we three have shared our stories, because I think that one of the things that folks, as they're watching what we're talking about crystals, part of demystifying the woo woo aspect of it is understanding it. And, it's like each person is going to have that individual journey
Hmm.
with their crystal. And even though the three of us work with crystals, you all have just heard three different ways that
Hmm.
we work with them. And yeah, I mean, for me, people, they comment on my crystals. It's kind of interesting, because people will walk in and they'll see crystals in the house and they'll be like, what's up with all the rocks?
I get that a lot too. I get that a lot too when people come to my house and to my studio. I have them out.
Yeah.
I remember a while back, and for our viewers, this might be a really good tip for the viewers. If you are going to have gatherings, I
Mhm.
recommend getting yourself a nice clear bowl and getting yourself some nice pieces of rose quartz and stick them in there and put them, a couple of bowls for that matter, and put them in different places in your space that you're going to have this company coming together. So whether it be the kitchen, the living room, the guest room, whatever it is, because it's a really great way to bring more love into the space. And even for those who may not be so open to maybe receiving love or giving out love, it is a
Mhm.
great way to just bring that energy in, and more love in the experience.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that idea. That
I
is
love that idea.
brilliant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't have those. I have actually rose quartz in a bowl up in our bedroom, but I like the idea of having it down and around. In public areas for us for gatherings, I have calcite. I have
Yes.
I have yellow calcite, and I
Hmm.
have blue calcite for communication, orange calcite for keeping things calm
Hmm.
Yes.
and stuff as well. So, because I find that's also very helpful. The only thing is because mine is raw, it kind of looks like candy. I actually had someone think I had candy on the table, and they were like, Krista, what is this? I did, true story.
That
I
is
was like,
awesome.
it
See, it's
is.
not just 2-year-olds that look at a little thing like that that's all shiny and polished and pop it in their mouth like it's a candy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mhm.
no,
yeah.
no, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. But crystals can be so much fun, and they're great conversation starters. So as you're going on with this journey with us, and we do talk about the crystals, please ask questions. That's where I'm getting at. I can
Speaking of
share information.
questions,
Yes,
I've got
ma'am.
some that have been asked, and I've been not interrupting you to pass them on.
Sorry.
So, first of all,
Mhm.
Tracy is confused and wants to know which element storm is, or is it a combined element of wind and rain, whatever?
That is a really interesting, but yeah, I would say that it is. It's a combination. I didn't, it was, I have never seen an element described as storm. But I threw it out there because I was like, That's a really great question that someone's going to ask. They'll put a comment and that'll make me go back and look at it and go, oh, I need to look that up.
Yeah. Yep.
And so thank you, Tracy.
Yes.
You did exactly what I needed.
See,
That
you're highly
telepathy.
manipulatable, Tracy. Thank you.
No, it's that telepathy.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so now here's Tracy's other question. Why might a stone be shy?
You know, that's up to the stone. It's like asking, why is a person shy? Stones have their own personalities, and the more you play with them and the more you communicate, and yes, I do talk to my crystals, and yet sometimes it's full-length conversations and I, get a response back, and at least I think I'm getting a response back. It's not necessarily verbal like we three are having, but they all have personalities, and some it is shy, and I have some that are in the way I explain it, or the way I see it is, so my non-shy crystals, they're always like, hey, hi, here I am, come notice me. And you do. And not just do you notice them, but other people notice them, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that selenite over there, or look at that citrine. Do it, what, for whatever reason it might be. And it doesn't have to be a big piece. It can be a small, nondescript. And yet you can have a really large piece of, whatever, I'm trying to think of something I have large. That's down. I have a piece of orange calcite that's an orange ball, and it's a very quiet. It's there. You notice it, kind of thing, but it's not one that you just sit there and go, wow. Yet I have a clear quartz ball that isn't very clear, but it's really energetic, and so you're just kind of always looking at it. So
it makes absolute sense to me. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it does. Yeah, it's like walk up to a shy.
And think about it. I mean, we don't necessarily think about diamonds as crystals, but how many times? I mean, every woman that's married that's got a diamond wedding set, right? Everybody's diamond wedding bands are so freaking common. But every once in a while, there'll be a person where you're like, oh, let me see.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it's not a different setting or something unique that you've never seen before, but there's something about inside that stone that is attracting your attention by whatever means it does.
Whatever means. And it is. It's all just like that. So, yeah. Does Tracy have more questions?
She does not at the moment, but I was going to kind of pop in on that sometimes it's not necessarily like what we were describing is not necessarily a stone being shy, that it wants to be, like your private stone and not shared with others. Sometimes those are working stones, and they do not want to be interrupted with anybody else's vibe. They've got work to do with you. Period. So I wouldn't necessarily always assume that means that they're shy. Although there can be shy stones, definitely. Yes. I've had stones jump out of my hands trying to give them to somebody else because that stone did not want to be with that person, right? Yeah, there can be shy stones, but a lot of times those ones that like to ride around in our bra, or like to like the worms under between the spot, the underwire, they love those spots, and it's just where they can do their best work.
And it's not necessarily because they're shy. That is really it. Means they're just trying. Like you said, they're working. They're working for you. And I had, and maybe one of you guys have had. I had a wonderful person once hand me. I am not kidding you. I don't even have hand me a piece of turquoise that was almost the size of this. Okay. just shy of this. So turquoise is not an inexpensive stone.
No, and that's a
And
big hunk.
and that was a huge hunk. And she's like, this piece wanted to come, and I was to give this to you. And it was during a yoga class, and she taught the yoga class, and I was at my house. It was a small class at my house, and that I hosted, and we're having yoga, and the entire time I'm working with this stone. And I am not kidding you. I've always wanted a piece of turquoise. Every time I get this close, I get this close to turquoise, it's like, yep, no, I'm not the one for you. Yeah, there was that one too. No different. Yep, it wanted to come meet me because I had to give her the message of what it's been saying. I'm like, so I want to thank you for giving me this. However, it's not mine, it's yours.
That's awesome.
She's like, but it really wanted to come. And I really thought that it was for you. And I said, it did want to come because it wanted to tell me the message that I'm to give to you. Because you haven't been listening.
There you go.
So,
maybe if it comes out of a human mouth, you might pay attention. Yeah. I want to share with you one of my favorite kyanite babies. Okay.
Oh, yes.
So this piece of kyanite.
Pretty.
Yeah. You can see the pyrite in it
I
there.
do see the pyrite. You have some amazing pieces.
I do.
Oh, wow. And look at that.
Right? And then it's got the quartz on the other side.
Yeah.
And I think, oops, sorry.
Not that side, but
this
that
way.
one. Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, wow. Beautiful.
And that's citrine inside of there. It's a really nice dark citrine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's my baby. And she
That is an
plays with me
amazing
quite
baby.
often. When I went to a local crystal store a couple weeks ago, trying to find some shungite for my daughter. And when I walked in, the lady was making these little care packages, right? With a couple of tablespoons of pink Himalayan salt and a few of those small, thin kyanite blades. And I'm like, what are you doing? And she says that these are, now I know that you don't recommend salt to clear your crystals because there's so many different types of crystals that can be very damaged by that. Salt can be very corrosive. But if you do have jewelry that wouldn't be bothered by that, like really hard stuff like emeralds and diamonds and that type of thing, you're wearing jewelry and you want to clear it overnight, these things are made to put in a little bowl by your bed. And the salt clears the stones and the kyanite clears the salt, and you never have to change it out like for years that she created. And I never thought of that as far as combining those two things. So I wanted to put it in your lap. What are your thoughts about that?
So here's a really interesting thing. Kyanite doesn't need to ever be charged or cleared. And it doesn't matter if it's blue, black, green, whatever color. It's one of those ones, kind of like selenite, never has to be charged. So my personal opinion, if you want something to automatically clear your jewelry, invest in selenite. Invest in a really nice piece of amethyst, a geode. And those are easy. You can pop, lay your jewelry on the selenite. You can put your jewelry on top of amethyst. That will do the same. And keep it clear. Again, because salt, including Himalayan salt, and I think a lot of it just comes from the fact that I've worked with caustic things and ruined jewelry. So for me,
you have experience. Yeah,
I have experience, and so I really am always trying to come up with other ways of doing it. And one of the other really cool ways I learned when I was down in Australia is that because of all the stones are connected to a different element, and kyanite was storm. I have to really look that one up. Really will. Is that you can use that element, so whatever the element it's connected to, also to clean it. Meaning, if it's water, if it's earth, if it's air, or whatever it may be, or fire. And you don't throw anything into a fire.
No.
We're talking about, but yeah, you can use that as well. So yeah, it's really kind of cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice stuff.
Yes.
Well, we are
I know we're out of time.
I know.
We're
Well, technically speaking, okay, we're going to do the segment thing. All right, here we go. Perseverance or alignment. The key to power is ease. Okay, so here's the TLDL or DR version of it, okay? So this past week, I've had all of these things to do. Mountains of shit to do. Totally overwhelmed. And I am just trudging, trying to make myself do these things I don't want to do, and there's so much of it, but I can do this. I'm going to freaking make it happen, and I'm going to make it happen tomorrow. And then I have one conversation with a friend that I'm just like, it's too much. It's all this. It's all this. She's like, you know what you need? And I'm like, a lot, but what? She says, you just need a co-working session with me. Let's schedule the time for an hour. We'll get on the Zoom. I'll do my stuff. You'll do your stuff. And we'll just do it together. And if you need to like raise your head and ask a question, no problem. We can do that. And it was like, right? That's the difference between perseverance and alignment. So when you feel like Sisyphus and you're rolling that freaking ball up the hill, that rock up the hill, and it's just, you're not getting any traction, it's not moving, it's not going where you need it to be, you know, just reach out to somebody. Have an unrelated conversation. Change your mind for a second. And allow the space to align yourself with your purpose and your blue kyanite in your bra, aligning your chakras, literally, yeah, align yourself, and so much more will get done with so much more ease. And had that as the TLDR version of today's talk. So I want to make sure, though, that we give another shout out to our sponsor, Sue Ward Paquin. She has been with us almost since the very beginning of the show, and she's still with us, and I love her to bits. And we are going to talk to you just a minute, just a real quick minute, because remember I told you nobody shared the last week's broadcast out. Technically, no one qualified to be in this week's drawing. But then I did a little bit of research and I started looking at the members list. And I want you all to know that this person right here, if I can find the right clip. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. This one! Congratulations, Sue Ward Paquin. You have added 9 people to this group in the last 2 weeks. Thank you for your support. Thank you for helping us grow. Thank you for all of the ways that you lift us up as we do the best that we can to have fun. So thank you very, very, very much. And I really, really appreciate you. Now, for next week.
Gayle, can I say something?
Yes, please quickly? Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Considering, I'm assuming she can't win her own prize.
No.
No. So what I would like to do for Sue, if she's open to it, I would like to offer her a 12-card Cosmic Energies soul reading as my gift to her.
I love it. How do you like that, Sue? Awesome. That's awesome.
That is
fantastic. Okay, so definitely to connect with Joanne, get that all hooked up, and I want everybody else to see what next week's prize is going to be, because I'm not doing that thing again where I forget to show you and then you forget all about it, okay? So next week's prize is going to be one of these amazing selenite charger slabs that we've had engraved with the 3 Crones and the woo-woo icon. And this slab will be mailed out to you. It's very interesting stuff because it's translucent. You can see through it a little bit. And that icon that's engraved in there kind of disappears when the light hits it differently. It's a really cool piece, and it'll be really, really functional for you. So, and useful. So if you are interested in being part of the drawing and winning one of these, please like, comment, and share on this video broadcast. Send it out there and invite people to the group, and we will be pulling a winner's name on Friday evening from this particular post, whoever has shared it. Now, if your settings are such that no one can see your activity and I can't tell that you've shared this because of your settings, make sure that you go and put in the comments that you have shared it so that we know that. All right, because there's always like 5 shares. I can see 3, right? So make sure that we know. Thank you all so much for showing up and for being here with us and for laughing with us and at us and enjoying the Tuesdays together. We really, really appreciate your support and love you to the moon and back. Take care and have an absolutely fantastic week. Don't forget to reach out to our sponsors, Dimensional Healing with Krista Ducharme, Creative Command Coaching and Consulting with Gayle Nicholson, and Wholistic Fitness New York with Joanne Angel Barry Colon. And make sure that you tell your friends to watch us everywhere. We are on YouTube, we are on Facebook, we are on GayleNicholson.com, and we hope that you enjoy what you see when you get there. Once again, thanks again, everyone, and have a fantastic week.